Hey, you right guys, Trace Munch's Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 1 of Gilmore Girls Season 2. It's been about a week since I finished Season 1, I thought I'd let it settle in and then get ready for the second season, because they are quite big seasons with 22 to 25 episodes, I think, per season, so yeah, I wanted to just let Season 1 settle in a bit. Of course, we're going to go through the Q&A that we do at the start of every single season of every single, well, not every single show that I do, but most shows that I do, so I think we have a few questions to get through. And then we're going to jump into the character tier list where we rank all the characters from season 1 from my least favourite to my absolute favourites. And then we'll jump into the reaction. If you want the timeline down below to skip to where you want to go to, then feel free to do so. But I figured these Q&As are quite fun to do, and I like comparing. We don't have a season to compare with the tier list this time around, but when we do the one for season 2, we will for sure. So yeah, we'll get through these questions and then we'll jump into the tier list. So first question is from Camilla, who just simply puts predictions for season 2. I've thought about this actually. Predictions for season 2. I don't see the wedding happening with Lorelai, or maybe they'll get engaged and then she'll call it off. It'll be one of those dramatic wedding episodes. I mean, we gotta have those in teen dramas at times for sure. I don't think Luke and Lorelai are going to be a thing anytime soon. I'm expecting this is the season where Milo, the actor, comes into it, because he's the one actor I know is going to be in the show. I just don't know when, but a lot of people said like seasons 2 to 5 are their favourite seasons, so I'm thinking this season or next with this character. And then what we got, Paris and Rory probably going to become friends. Rory and Dean probably going to work out for a bit. We'll see. I feel like it's just going to be more of the same for the most part, but maybe some new characters getting in there. I think we need some new characters for sure. Like just one or two. I'll be fine with that. Not too many, not too little. Alright, Haley asks, a character and storyline you hope will be explored further in season 2. Emily. Maybe like Emily's personal storyline or something. That'd be great. I don't know. I think we got the right amount of Rory and Lorelai, so I'm not going to go with those two. I think Luke we get enough of. Honestly, I'll go with Sookie. That might be a surprise to people. I want to focus more on Sookie to make her likeable early on for me, because if this is the season where I can go on board with Sookie's character, then assuming she's in the rest of the show, we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be fine. But if they just focus on Sookie the same amount as they did in season 1, then I'm just going to feel the exact same way as I did in season 1. And it's just going to be like, okay, I want to like Sookie. I would like to focus more on Lane as well, actually. I think we could do quite a lot with Lane's character. So they start to do that quite a bit at the end of season 2, so I hope they continue with that. Sydney asks, most memorable moment this season? Most memorable moments. I'd say Rory staying at Emily's house. Emily going to Stars Hollow, I thought was pretty adorable. Then any romantic moments between Lorelai and Luke kind of stood out. Rory, what stood out with Rory? Because it's not her relationship with Dean. I'd say it could have been her friend, maybe a friendship with Lane, I think really stands out with Rory. Yeah, I'll probably go with, like, there's no specific point with Rory and Lane, I just think their friendship in general really does stand out. Like, I like that when they fall out or something goes on, they kind of talk about it pretty quickly, which I like. Oh, the one where the episode where Rory disappeared for the night and Lorelai was kind of panicking. Also, when Emily was stood there waiting for Dean to come to the door. That's my favourite moment. I love that. Also, very early on, but Rory going for golf, to play golf with Richard. I thought that was like episode 2 or 3. I thought that was a good time to do that. So it made the oldies likeable. But yeah, there's quite a few in there, to be fair. Emily asks, who do you dislike more, Dean or Max? I don't dislike either of them. I just think they're both very bland. So I wouldn't say I like dislike. I mean, kind of. But if I had to pick one, probably Max. I think Dean was actually okay up to where he dumped Rory. That's when he kind of went downhill for me. I think up to that point he was fine. He didn't blow me away. I did not like him. Max, I just think, is very vanilla. He's very by the books love interest. Nothing special about Max. I can't look at Max and go, that's something about Max makes him super unique. I can't. Not even really with Dean, but I just felt like Dean was a bit more, like, he had a bit more to him. Like, the little bits where he kind of stood up to Tristan, I thought, oh, maybe there's, like, some anger issues there he has going on, like, what's going on with his dad, maybe his dad's, like, an angry dude, but we never delved into that, and I felt like maybe we should have. Emily also asks, favourite Emily Gilmore moment this season? What an icon. You are correct. You've got 4 likes on that. I'm going to give you a 5th like. Yeah, she is an icon. Favourite moment, as I mentioned, is my favourite moment of the entire season. Let's list off Emily moments. So we got the bit where she said Dean's got to come to the door. We ain't rushing to the door for Dean. Iconic moment. I love when she was kind of with Richard in his bed and just kind of was there like prepping, everything was going to be fine, but then he kind of brought her down like, you know, you got to get things in order and stuff. That little moment. I like that they're not... I feel like every other show with Emily and Richard in that scene, they would have gone dead over the board with, oh, like being dead loved up, and which is fine, makes sense, it's a moment to do so, but it kind of showed a lot about Emily and Richard's dynamic. That episode, I think that was episode 9 of season 1. Then I think the scene where she was worrying about the money when Emily's or Richard's mum came to town, and she's kind of worrying that Lorelai might not come around for the dinners anymore. We got... I won't say this was a great Emily moment, but the acting-wise, I think it was. The argument with Lorelai when Rory disappeared for the night, I think was very good. I like the scene where she was in the car with Richard, and you could tell she kind of regretted some of the way she treated Lorelai in the past. You could tell she didn't say it outright, but you could see it was on her face, which Emily's character does a lot. I like when she tried that pizza. That was a pretty cute moment. Obviously, when she came to Stars Hollow, that was a great moment. There's another moment I had in my mind, but it's blanked me. What was it? It was another like argument moment. Oh no, it was when she saw that they were living in the shed, and it was the same situation where she didn't really say anything, but you could tell she kind of was deflecting, like, oh, I kind of pushed her to that. She kind of blamed it on Lorelai and stuff. But yeah, Emily's, like, bias aside, I think she's by far the most interesting character. Even if I didn't love her, it would be, which I do, so that helps. But I do think she is just definitely. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into the tier list already, but I think you know where Emily might be going. Tanya asks, what are your thoughts on the side characters and who is your favourite? So we'll get into my favourite side character on the tier list, but I like them. I think they grew on me the more it went on. I do think they were a little bit rough in the first half of season 1. What kept me with it in season 1 was, the first half of season 1, sorry, was probably Luke, Rory and Lorelai, like the main 3. But as it went on, I think some of those side characters really start to come into their own, and it does make up for like how odd the town kind of is. So it does work for this show. I don't need more of them though. Like Patty and all that. I don't need more. Keep them as they are. I don't need storylines with them. Keep them as the weird townies. That's fine. Colleen asks, which side character do you hope will get a bigger storyline? As we said above, I think actually Sookie, but not like an annoying storyline. Just a storyline that will make more sense. Like, why I can see why people like Sookie more. And then I'd say Lane, if we can get a bit more of a storyline with her. Right, Nikki asks, do you think Lorelai will marry Max? Knowing from your reactions, I think you will say you don't believe they will go through with it. Or do you think Lorelai will date Luke in season 2? You often talk about how the timeline has to be right, or else people break up, like Brucus on One Tree Hill and Ross and Rachel when they got together so early on. Or what do you think they will do with Lorelai's character dating-wise in season 2? Yeah, I think maybe she'll say yes to Max for a bit and then call it off. Or she's just going to straight up say no. She seemed excited though at the end of season 1, so I don't know why she'd say no. So I'm going to go with they're going to go ahead with it. But I don't think they'll say yes at the altar. I think something's going to happen before that. I don't think she'll date Luke. I think maybe they'll have a kiss this season. I don't think they're going to start dating though. And what do I think they'll do with her dating-wise? Keep her single for a bit. I don't know. I think if there was going to be a love interest for her this early on, it should have been Christopher. Not Luke. It's too early on. Max. Okay, Max makes sense actually for season 1. So Christopher, maybe they'd kind of try to rekindle that a little bit, kind of how Luke tried to do with Rachel. But we shall see. Nikki also asks, how are you feeling about Dean and Rory going in season 2? Do you think he's a good match to date Rory? or do you feel their relationship is getting boring? Here's the thing, I don't think their relationship was boring. I thought it was at a good pace until, like I said, he just kind of dumped her for, again, it's not no reason. He's a kid, I get it. She didn't say she loved him back. So it's going to take a lot for me to be fully back on board with their relationship. But I don't know, he's not that interesting. He's fine. But in terms of if he's a good match, I think he's fine for like the first romance of the show. He's like first romance material. He's not endgame, as Veronica would say. Destroyed that word for everyone. Colleen asks, if you don't like Dean, what type of guy do you think would be a good match for her? Someone a bit more sarcastic. I feel like this is how I looked at Christopher with Lorelai. It's like I felt like Christopher made sense. Like you could see them two having actually dated because he was kind of on her level with the sarcasm, with the dry humour. I don't think we need someone on that level like Christopher, but someone a bit more sarcastic, who can have a bit more fun than Dean did, I think. Not take things so seriously. I think Rory kind of needs that. And then someone who's going to get her away from Lorelai a little bit. I don't know. I don't think Rory should be... Lorelai is not the best at being a mum sometimes. So, I don't know. Get out, go and do their own thing for a bit. Try out different things. Dean just kind of was Dean, you know. Oh, yeah, he exists. So someone a bit more exciting. Someone, a character I look at and go, yeah, you know what? He's a cool guy. Let's go with them. And final question. Lorena asks, which relationship is the most intriguing to you in the show? I can't say Emily and Richard because they haven't really actually done much, but they are old. They've been together for years and years and years. So I don't know. I can't say Lorelai and Luke because they're not a relationship. They're just kind of flirting a little bit at the moment. Not Sookie and that guy. I don't care for that. Yeah, there's none. I don't think there's... I would have said maybe Rachel and Luke, actually. I think they should have explored that a little bit more, or tried a bit more with it, instead of just using it as a crutch to get you to want Lorelai and Luke together. And like, that was inevitably going to happen where Rachel was going to leave, but I think they maybe did it a bit too early. I think they should have had Rachel and Luke going into season 2, in my opinion. But yeah, not Dean and Rory, not Max and Lorelai. Lane's not with that. Lane isn't with anyone. She's kind of flirting with that guy, but it's not really a relationship. So yeah, and Tristan and Paris, they would never worked out. So I wouldn't really say anyone, but I would say Rachel and Luke if I had to pick. So right, there are all the questions. Thank you to everyone who asked a question. We'll do another one of these at the start of season 3. If you do want to ask a question, then you just have to be a $1 patron to ask anything in all the Q&As for every show that we do. But for now, we're going to jump into the tier list and see where these characters rank. So let's do this. All right, here we have, I think, like 15 characters or something like that. We have best of the best, the greats, the good characters, the characters that exist, and then the terrible characters. We're going to not rush through them, but we're not going to spend too long on these because I want to kind of get into the episode. But this guy, who I don't know the name of, was it Gavin or Gary or something? He exists. He's funny when he pops up, but as a character, he's just kind of one of those townies who has his one-lines and then dips, which is all he needs to be. I don't need anything more from his character. Keep doing what you're doing, but I'm not going to say you're like a great character or anything like that. Maybe he will be. Maybe he'll be like the Gunther of Gilmore Girls, but he's fine. Forgot her name as well. I want to say Heidi or something. The friend to... I just picked one or the other for Paris's friend because I feel like they're both pretty much the same. I'd say she's... probably exists, maybe above him. Potential, maybe, but didn't really do much to really win me over. That goes for the friend as well, who I didn't add to this list. We'll see, we'll see. They could be like the trio of mean girls, but they're not even really mean girls. They just kind of actually want to be friends with Rory and just kind of deny it. Which, the prime suspect of that one is Paris. I'm going to put her in good. There are moments like I think they're not dragging, but I feel like they're getting in the way of the Rory and Paris friendship just to get in the way of it. Like if they just spoke things out, it'd be fine, I feel. I don't know about this whole holding on to grudges for not really any reason. So just be friends. You both clearly want to. You even said the night out they had at the gig was one of her best nights ever. So just get on with it. But they're not going to do that, of course. So maybe in season 2. Maybe in season 2. Max. Again, I'm not going to put him in terrible. I don't think he's a terrible character, but I am going to put him in They Exist. Probably there. He's, as I've said in the Q&A, he's just bland. He exists. He walks around. He teaches his lessons. And he proposed to Lorelai over the phone. Which says it all. I can't say anything about Max that's, like, exceptional. He exists. He's fine. He's not awful. But he ain't the love interest Lorelai should be going for, that's for sure. Christopher. I actually didn't mind Christopher. He's only in one episode, which I thought was weird. And I felt like he would have been in good. However, he blew it in the final scene he was in where he just randomly proposed to Lorelai. I don't know what it is with guys trying to give these crappy proposals to Lorelai, but that was not the one. I'm going to put him there. I think there is potential with Christopher, but we're going to need more than one episode. And he's going to have to do better than that. And he lied as well, which was unfortunate. I thought maybe he got past that. But I'm assuming he'll be a character that pops up from time to time throughout the show. We shall see. Rachel. I actually like Rachel. I kind of hope she comes back at some point. But I also see her never coming back. It's probably served a purpose. I think they should have had her stay in like the end of season 1 and been with Luke throughout the end of season 1. I didn't think she needed to leave. Like, Luke never really tried with Rachel. And I get part of that was being cautious and worried that she might leave at some point anyway. But it was definitely, you know, she was willing to give it a shot. And it was definitely because of his interest in Lorelai that shot that one. So, I'm going to put her in good. Actually, I'm going to put her in great. She was actually surprisingly very likeable. I didn't really have a problem with Rachel at all. I thought she was going to come in and be this, not annoying character, but just a character I wouldn't really engage with too much. But I thought she was fun, and I was kind of not annoyed at Lucas. He can't help who he likes, but he never really gave that a shot, which is unfortunate. So, yeah, rip to Rachel. Hopefully you come back at some point and get an actual love interest who likes you. Let's save the main three. Sookie. Sookie. I'm going to get rid of the terrible tier because I don't think any of these characters are terrible. That includes Sookie. She's had terrible moments, but she has also had moments that have actually been okay. If you were basing it off the first 6 to 10 episodes of Gilmore, she would have been in terrible, but she's admittedly had moments where I see potential in Sookie's character. I'm just not even close to being there yet, though. So she can go above Max, maybe there. People think I like despise Sookie for some reason. I don't. She out of all of them, she is the one who gets on my nerves the most. That's for sure. But she has toned it down a lot in the second half of season 1. To be fair, if that went on throughout the whole season, then I probably would have put her in terrible. But she's kind of, dialed it down a switch in the second half, which is exactly what she needed to do. All right, Lane. I'm going to put Lane in great. I really like Lane. I think her friendship dynamic with Rory is pretty perfect. I hope we get, as I said in the Q&A, I hope we get more of her, just like her own storyline, aside from being Rory's friend, which they did start to do in the second half of this season, which I'm happy about. I hope they continue to do that. I see potential with Lane's character. She's very likeable. And again, when she has an issue, she says it pretty much straight away. The only thing was kind of hiding that she was hanging out with Dean. But again, that kind of came out very quickly into that episode. So, yeah, Lane's great. Mikhail, I'm not sure how you say his name. But, yeah, very funny character. Kind of, again, early on was unsure how I'd feel about him. He's not really much of a character. He does just... He's kind of one of the townies like this guy is, but he just has more screen time than any of the others. He hangs out at the hotel, very sarcastic, hates everyone, which I kind of like. He is funny though. His comedy works for the amount that they use him. I'm unsure on him. He feels like a character where I could keep having the same amount of him as we did in every single season, or if they kind of delve into giving him more of an actual storyline, I might not be too against that. So we shall see. But for now, I'm going to go probably at the top. No, Paris is better, so maybe there. Middle of good. Nothing exceptional, but what keeps him from being in They Exist is his humour. Is actually quite good. So Alright, let's do Tristan. Tristan. Again, I don't think he's a terrible character because he has had moments that have actually worked for me. Like the scene at the party with him and Rory, I thought was very good. He's sarcastic, bully, not really a bully, but sarcastic, charmer type. Works for this show, I think, and works for his character. Do I want him and Rory together? No. I feel like that's maybe what they're going to try and hint at this season. It's going to be like maybe a triangle with him and Dean. We shall see. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go in They Exist, maybe there. Nothing blowing me away with his character just yet. There's potential for sure. But even saying that, I'm not sure he'll even be in the season because I'm pretty sure this is around when One Tree Hill started. So we might not even get any more Tristan. We'll see. I didn't put Dean in here. I've just realised. Dean is not on this list. I feel like I did save an image of Dean. Maybe it just didn't. Sometimes it doesn't actually process some images into this. So, wait, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15. Oh, no, okay, so I did just miss Dean. Because I definitely would have saved 16. So, alright, Dean would have been in They Exist. Probably. Maybe above Tristan. Below that other guy. But maybe above him, actually. So maybe below Christopher. That's where Dean would have been, if you imagine that. As for everyone else, we've got the main 5 here. Let's go with Richard. I'll put Richard in... I think the top of good. Maybe there. Likeable. There are some moments where I do have to like... Okay, Richard, not fully in agreement there. But his dynamic with Lorelai is great. His dynamic with Emily and with Rory. All 3 of those characters, whenever he's on screen with them, really works for me. He's just not as strong as... I think when it's him and Emily, it's like Emily's always taken over the scene, which works for me. I'm fine with that. Richard can be the kind of more quiet, reserved character. We don't need 2 Emilys. As much as I love her, we don't need 2 Emilys. I mean, I guess you could argue we had that with Lorelai, but she's a bit more toned down compared to her. So yeah, Richard can go at the top of good for now. I could argue to put him at the bottom of great, though. I could see him being there. Yeah, we'll put him there, actually. He looks better up there. He's not really done any... Like, even the couple of moments where I did disagree with him, it's not like, you know, so bad where I thought I butchered his character in any way, so... Yeah, and the moments I'm talking about is when he kind of went off on Lorelai a little bit, and then also a little bit where he's not hyping Emily up enough. That's just not going to stand in my books. If you ain't hyping Emily up enough, then what are you doing, mate? But we do still love Richard. Alright, let's go with Luke. Best of the best. One of the best characters of the show. Some people argue that he's not actually that interesting of a character, but I think it's just his presence and his line delivery. Very sarcastic, very dry, which I love about. They're the best parts of Lorelai, apart from he does it even better at times. I like that he's quite defensive and protective of Rory when it came to Dean. I quite like that. I think some shows I thought maybe would have been a bit over the top with that kind of stuff, but I think Luke balanced it quite well. The only thing would be he didn't really try with Rachel, despite her being very likeable. But it's not even his fault. He just loves Lorelai. As simple as that. So yeah, I really like Luke's character. Don't really have an issue with him. I can't think of many things he did in the season that really put me off him. So best of the best for Luke. Then we'll go with... Let's do Lorelai. I'm going to put her there. Not quite best of the best for me. I think there are some moments where she rambles on. It's kind of like how I feel with Sookie, where it's like, it just goes on a bit. What you're saying is not actually that funny or that relevant. It's kind of annoying. So yeah, and then sometimes the way she kind of acts towards Rory, is not the one. So there are definitely moments throughout where Lorelai annoys me. Like, straight up. She is talking all the time, so there are going to be moments where she kind of annoys me. However, she's so lovable for the most part. And despite, I'd say out of the... Let's say she's talking throughout the entirety of season 1. I'd say it's only around maybe 5% of that can be kind of annoying. So that's pretty good odds to say the amount she does come out with. So yeah, really good character, has a lot of good storylines, just minus the relationship with Max. But that's not Lorelai's fault. That's entirely on him. Alright, Rory, I'm going to put him best of the best, probably below Luke though. Everything I said about Lorelai works here, apart from I think Rory's just less annoying with it. A bit more toned down, a bit more dialed down. I think a friendship with Lane is better than Lorelai's friendship with Sookie, so that works for me. And I think her relationship with Dean is better than Lorelai's relationship with Max, so it's kind of everything Lorelai has, but just done a little bit better. And then on top of that, you have the stuff with Tristan and the stuff with Paris, so I just feel like there's a bit more with Rory's character. You could argue, because then Lorelai does have the stuff with her mum as well, with Emily, so yeah. Alright, Emily, add a row above. Yep, and then we're going to just call this Queen Emily. Alright, cool. Oh, yep, Queen Emily. Boom. Emily's right up there at the top above everyone. Just, well, I've said everything I could possibly say about Emily, surely. Hilarious. Starts to actually have development throughout the season. Like, she's the most developed character. You go from this character that's not annoying, but just kind of unlikable, and then she turns into this character that still has those traits, but you start to see more of why she is the way she is. And you can tell, again, I love the moments where she's regretful of things she's done in her past, but never really outright says it to whether it's Rory or Lorelai. Love that about her. She's the scenes that I mentioned previously, which we listed off, all those are just some of my favourite scenes of the entire first season. And Richard scored. He did well. I'm proud of Richard. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Emily's a MILF. And you didn't hear it from me. Well, you did actually. You know what? You can take that from me and you can quote it. I'm not ashamed. I love Emily. It's fine. So Emily, right at the top. I hope she stays there. Here's my worry, is I felt the same way about Deb in One Tree Hill season 1. And then season 2 started and she shot down. She went very far down that list in season 2 of that season, from what I remember. I hope they don't do that with Emily. I hope they keep doing what they're doing with Emily. Yes, have moments where she's unlikable, because that's in a character, but then still balance it well with the really likable, funny moments that she's able to do as well. So, yep, that is my ranking of the Gilmore Girls. No terrible characters, I will say. I didn't add, obviously, some like Patty and some of the other random townies, and Dean I just completely forgot. That says a lot about Dean, where I just literally forgot to add his character, but remembered this guy, her, and Christopher, I guess. It's like, yeah, okay, sure. But I'm pretty happy with that. Got Emily at the top, then Luke and Rory, I'd say the two are the best characters. Lorelai would have been on best of the best. It's just some moments are a bit annoying. Lane's great. Lane's mum would have been in probably at the top if they exist, because she is quite funny, actually. Despite how strict she can be when it comes to Lane. Rachel, I really like. Richard is great. Paris is good, but just needs to, I don't know, I just feel like they're prolonging the friendship with Rory a little bit, so we'll see. And if this guy gets more of a storyline, maybe he could go higher up. But yeah, let me know if you agree with this list. Do you disagree? Who would you put at the top? If you're telling me Emily shouldn't be at the top, then just know you're wrong. We're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. But episode 1, guys, of season 2. Let's do this. Stars Hollow, 1779 when it was founded. That dog has flowers in its mouth. Oh, these are all the flowers, Max, and they just put them everywhere.
You should walk down the aisle to Frank Sinatra with a huge bouquet.
Oh, they're kind of going through with it then.
Hey, I came to bring you some of my mom's flowers. Thanks.
Yeah, they're shipping them out to everyone.
No, not okay. My mother and father are sending me to Korea for the summer to visit my cousins.
What?
So? They're sending me to Korea, and they won't tell me when I'm coming back. What do you mean they won't tell you when you're coming back?
She ain't coming back ever.
They bought me a one-way ticket.
Oh.
One-way. The plane goes there and stops.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
It's gonna be just like that Sally Field movie, when her husband took them to Iran and wouldn't let them come back, except that I won't have to keep my head covered. Okay, calm down.
Okay, I've not seen that film.
Wow, I'm really gonna miss you.
Lane!
So we're not getting Lane for the summer?
You've been a good friend.
Yeah, rest in peace, bye. What have you seen? Wedding dresses. Stealing.
Hey, Bootsy, I'll take this.
Oh, no, I just don't.
$6.
Lorelai.
6?
So...
Here she is.
Style weddings, you said yes.
Oh, no, not yet.
Yet. She said yes.
I know. I'm right here.
Patty, no she didn't.
You told Luke?
Well, no, it just happened last night.
Last night, your hair changed overnight.
What is?
I know.
She's gonna
What is with this place? Why will nobody believe
I
me?
knew Pi was
believe
gonna.
you.
Oh,
They
yeah, the whole
I promise I
crew.
believe you.
There's so many
You
people
are
in this town.
pacifying.
Do not have anything better to do. I mean, probably not actually.
I can't wait for the movie theater to reopen.
Oh, actually, that's probably a good idea.
Let's see what
They're like
so
zombies.
unbelievably hungry. I'm gonna have to order breakfast and lunch. Crazy, huh?
Mom, go tell him.
Remember when I called him Ranger Bob last week? He hated that.
Ranger Bob.
Okay, God, fine.
Yeah, that's understandable, I think. This should be a fun conversation.
Crazy people. Whole town should be medicated and put in a rec room.
I-
Ping pong tables and hand puppets.
Probably agree with you, considering.
What is it?
Well, it's
Oh,
it's
God.
very,
Exciting, I've heard. I'm all prepared to jump up and down if necessary.
You're not going to be jumping up and down.
Yes.
Maybe bashing your head on the wall.
Max has asked me to marry him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
You set a date.
Well,
No,
Luke,
I haven't answered him yet.
being
Yes.
mature.
Okay, so now you know.
Oh, I know.
Well, there you go. He didn't throw anything at the wall. Did you kind of want him to be a bit jealous?
Of course, it is a little far from the end.
Yeah.
But who knows how long you'll work after you're married.
Excuse me.
Oh, but you probably already talked about that.
No, but I do think he and my father have come to an agreement on how many goats I'm worth.
I'm just talking here. You know, it's great, really. You can have more kids?
Wow.
I mean, he wants kids, right?
In the world?
Now he's trying to come up with problems for her.
Here you go.
Now she's doubting herself.
very
Well
much.
done, Luke.
Thank you. Now what's going on?
Kirk passed out.
Of course he did.
Thanks.
Kirk, that's his
How do you
name.
take it?
Emily's here.
Ignition, okay, I got him. Let's go.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
She knows she's got to tell Emily and she's panicked about it. Emily's going to be like, he ain't the one. No, not even a chance.
Bye.
You're here, Richard, they're here. Come in, come in, come in.
No. Why? Because you're scaring Rory.
But you, did something special happen?
Well, as a matter of fact,
She's pregnant.
goodness sake, Richard, damn it! Oh, all right, I can't wait for your grandfather any longer.
Go on, say it.
This afternoon, she called to tell me the class list just came out, and Rory has finished in the top 3%.
I know.
You do?
Oh, she's so excited to
Chilton.
tell her.
Rory.
Why couldn't you let her have it?
I told you not to say anything before I got here.
Well, you took too
Well,
long.
you're
didn't
having a
you?
massive
already know.
shit,
It's a
Richard.
simple request.
Just hang up the phone.
It's good
Okay,
news
he's
either
on the
way. Let's
phone.
all agree on that.
Next week, we will have a special dinner.
Grandma, all of your dinners are special.
Well, this one will be extra
Aw.
special.
Presents might be
Oh,
involved.
she's going to take
You
it
guys
off.
do not have to do this.
For the top 3%, by the end of the year, you've overtaken everyone.
Oh no, okay, she's just trying out a random ring, see what it look like. It's not even the engagement ring. I was going to say it's a bit, what?
Without me, I gotta check in at the inn. Michelle's there by himself. People could die.
Michelle,
up.
not Michael. What was I on about?
If I die, I want you to know where the coupon drawer is.
Oh, we're really getting Luke into us that far, okay.
Are you saying yes?
What?
Are you saying yes?
Why are you asking
No,
me?
don't say yes.
Because you call
you're
me
just going to
out of
regret
the
it.
blue, especially if you're saying yes. Are you?
I am so thrilled about
Oh,
this.
you
Do you
better
think you'll
not
get a
be.
certificate?
I'm not sure.
Yo, Richard's looking kind of suave, you know.
About that tomorrow.
I can't wait to tell Telman McCabe about this.
I know, Telman
Oh, he
McCabe's
always
going to
brags
shit
about that
himself, I
simple
bet.
grandson of his.
Okay.
William is a lovely boy. I just want to brag.
Well, I think I have a right, don't you?
Well,
Yeah,
goodness,
brag
you were
away,
the one who
Richard.
finished in the top 3% of your class.
Responsibility.
Oh.
I just put it on my shirt.
They have no idea what's going on.
Don't even try to understand, Rich.
Yeah, just don't try. I'm sure you'll find out in about 5 months.
Oh, chop that finer.
Right, go on, Sookie. This is the scene. Win me over.
In the back, in the back.
Who's he? That ain't the guy she's dating.
Show, I'm gonna
Jackson.
So you're gonna live forever, like on Fame.
Don't speak to me.
A fair request.
I'm engaged.
What?
I'm getting
Yep.
married.
No. Yes.
Oh, okay. she's-
Yes. No. Yes. Oh my God.
Is she happy
this
for her?
is amazing.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm shaking.
I thought she was going to be like, it better be to Luke. Right,
It
okay.
is Max, right?
Yes, it is Max.
A wonderful man.
Hey, what's with the waterworks, lady?
She's happy for you,
I
I'm
don't know if
sure.
you work your butt off here and you go to school and you put up with me.
I know, that is
Really deserve
quite the
this.
task.
Thank Ew.
It deserves a mediocre marriage.
For the most
Okay.
gorgeous Brussels sprouts ever.
I thought maybe they'd change the actor.
Hey, do you want to look at the Brussels sprouts?
Yes.
Was he
I
going to
do.
propose?
No.
He didn't seem that into it.
I would not be the guy to ask about wedding vegetables.
Mate,
I'm
you're
not the wedding vegetable
sweating
guy.
out.
Uh-oh. Jackson's got panicked my girlfriend wants me to get married face on.
Yep. Hey, next time he's here, tell
Okay,
me.
maybe he wasn't
With twins.
Why not?
going to propose, he's just panicking then. He's having his Chandler Bing moment.
I have to go.
I remember having a lava lamp.
Call me later.
Kind of want a lava lamp again.
Oh, hey, Max.
Oh, look, I've been out ring shopping all day.
Ring shopping. Very.
My budget's $100 because I'm piss poor.
You know her taste in jewelry better than I do, so I thought maybe you could give me some advice.
Okay,
That's
well,
kind
anything
of
with the word
cute.
Foxy on it is a big crowd pleaser.
And sort of a square diamond. It's simple, but very classic.
No.
And square diamond, simple, classic.
No.
Small diamonds all around it, white gold, and there's a wedding band that sort of fits into it, like a set.
White gold engagement band.
Yeah, we're getting better, so we're going to end strong.
It's from the 20s.
From the 20s.
Large diamond in the middle.
That's
Large
the one.
diamond in the middle.
Diamond clusters on the sides.
Diamond clusters on the
Yeah.
side. That sounds great. Good going. She's gonna be ecstatic.
That's actually a good dog
She's right
impression.
there, isn't she?
What? No.
No, I thought I heard her bark.
Yeah, just normal Lorelai things.
Hi.
Dean.
Nope, right on time.
Good.
Are you coming in?
In a sec.
Dean.
Ah,
Have you missed my boring ways?
I missed that.
Sure, we've all missed you, Dean. We've all missed you.
Suicide.
Not getting the Tonight Show.
Mean boyfriends.
Identical noses.
You'll laugh, you'll cry.
I mean, you just
you'll
spoiled
laugh
the
so
whole
hard. It'll be
film.
an evening to remember.
And in the pivotal scene where a very distraught Joan gets locked out of high holiday services because
Right,
she's
but
late,
just-
I will be forced to rewind.
Don't even need to rewatch it now, mate.
No, I mean, we really, really missed you.
You need the water bottle
He's
changed,
been on
don't you?
holiday.
Desperately.
Rag.
Thank you.
So it's been 2 days since the last step, but he's been on holiday. Lorelai has classes now and her hair's changed.
You will. She pulled out the mower this morning.
Well, if that movie is anything like you described, mowing might be a good alternative.
Yeah, it's
Hey, I
not
wanna
pretty
talk.
shit.
You've never seen my grandparents' house, and I'd really like you to meet my grandpa.
Dean and Emily having a chat again.
What?
Well, it's just the last time I met your grandma was
Be
the
careful.
night of the dance. And you know how that turned out, so...
The dance was a long time ago.
Alright, so he's going to start insulting Emily.
Antonio, take this and
Grand
put it in the
Budapest
dining
Hotel.
Oh, I like it.
Oh!
Well, hello there.
I didn't want
Hello
to.
there.
You remember Dean, right?
Yes, I do. Nice to see you again.
Never seen a house this huge before.
Yeah,
Okay.
now compliment Emily.
So few people bother to notice the hugeness of the house anymore.
I'll have a white wine, and Dean will have a beer.
What?
Corona, right?
No, I don't want to beer.
No!
All of
Panicked.
water? Or...
Relax, Dean. That's just Lorelai's little sense of humor.
Little.
Yes, well, keeps me young.
Yeah.
Soda, Dean?
Please.
Rory?
Oh, I'll have a beer.
Got him. Yeah, look at Emily opening up to their sarcasm.
Oh, wait, I think I was.
I think I was a little too.
Get
Oh,
bullied.
Richard, there you are. Come
Leave me alone! I'm waiting for that moment.
Hello.
It's nice to meet.
Does everyone have drinks?
Oh.
Yeah, well, drinks, thanks.
Dean. Hey, you broke Rory's heart. Rich is gonna take some mending, I think. I'm assuming that's what that's about.
Would you like some more?
No.
Bro, you are dead. Dead meat, am I right? God.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Go on, open it.
Richard, you gotta spit it out there. You can't just sit there in silence like an actual child.
Oh, pens. I just bet there is a fabulous fancy dessert just sitting out there in that kitchen of yours.
As a matter of fact, there is. Twinkies.
What?
Well, Rory told me that was her favorite dessert.
Emily Gilmore, you are one classy broad.
Antonia, please bring out the Twinkie.
God.
So, Dean,
Revolutionary.
where are you planning to go to college?
Oh, he's piping up now.
It's an easy question. A's, B's, C's.
D's, E's,
I
and
get a
F's.
mixture, actually.
Mixture. What's the ratio?
Richard.
How is Emily the one trying to tone him down?
Brings home a young man to dinner. Least we could do is to find out something about him.
Is that
Changes in
it?
the water bottle.
I thought it's because he like broke Rory's heart or something, but no, he's just trying to puff his chest out. Is it that simple, Richard?
Rory's really smart.
Yeah, she is really smart.
Mom? Yeah. Why don't we all go sit in the,
Okay, Richard. I thought he was being salty, but he's just actually being a knob.
I knew I wanted to go to Yale and put on a nice suit every day and be a very important man. And
Oh, Richard, bore off a bit, mate. I'm sorry.
travel and see the world.
Well, that's great.
I wanted
great
to
for
see
you,
La
yeah.
Traviata at the La Scala Opera House. Rory is special.
Well, I know that Rory's special.
Got it. He's special too, Grandpa.
Oh, Emily,
You
I
don't
love
even
you.
know him.
I know enough.
No, you
I'm
don't.
sure you do.
Dean is incredible, and he's special to me, and I bring him here, and you attack him.
I will not be spoken to like that in my house.
Not from the hell. I can do it.
And you should learn very early that certain people can hold you back.
Grandpa, stop it. You cannot treat Dean this way. Thank
Right.
you for the dinner and the gift, Grandma, but I really think we should be going.
Yeah, Richard butchered that one. What a waste of a night. Emily put in so much effort, and Richard's gone and fumbled it again. I'm rooting for Emily to find a new
Am I
man.
crazy? That's supposed to be us, right?
Yeah, I'm actually shocked that it wasn't Emily who did all that. That's why they had Richard do it, because they were probably like, we can't have Emily cause a problem again. It would have made more sense if he just kind of was like, he can't even say like he broke her heart, because, oh no, he dumped her, so yeah. I guess she didn't say she loved him back, but...
Your fault.
None of those things he said were true. None of them mean anything.
But no, he's just doing
I
it
don't
just
know
to
what
do
made him
it.
act that way.
You
I
know
just...
what? Let's just forget it. I have to go.
You can say if you're a bit upset, Dean, it's fine.
Oh, God, I'm so mad. He's a snob.
Yes.
And
Let it
he
all
doesn't
out,
listen.
Rory.
Yes, it was bad. My father was in fine form tonight. But
Oh,
there's a but from you, there's a but.
Twinkie, I don't think my father has ever loved anything in this world as much as he loves you.
So?
Very possibly has nothing to do with you.
What are you talking about?
Tell me
You
more.
are the great white hope of the Gilmore clan.
Oh,
You
is that
are
it?
their
That's
angel
even
from
worse.
up above.
He's salty at Rory for... Okay, I don't even know.
I mean, you're gonna go to college. Hell, you're gonna graduate from high school.
So they're treating Rory as his daughter.
Sees you with him and all of a
what?
sudden has a terrible Lorelai flashback.
I don't care. I don't care. Richard was a penis.
You do realize you just spent the last 10 minutes defending your dad.
I know. I'm gonna have terrible nightmares all night long. But I'll tell you what, if you cut him a little slack.
No. We ain't cutting... I'm not cutting Richard slack.
Hello? I just thought you should know that my
How
parents
big is that suitcase? What is that?
picture it could fit you and me plus everything we own and still have enough room to do a little souvenir.
That is so comically ridiculous.
What is Lorelai thinking, letting Rory run
Oh
around
my
with a boy like
God.
that? Well, of course, she isn't thinking. She never thinks.
Emily, shut this
Please,
man
you're
up.
giving me a headache.
You give me a headache.
I told her she could invite someone. You were right there.
I did not mean him.
Please calm down.
I will not calm down.
Emily, slap him down.
Yes, I heard the way she talked to you.
She sounded like her mother.
You were attacking her boyfriend.
A girl that age shouldn't have a boyfriend.
Oh my God, you're so backwards, mate.
Proper socialization is important to a child, but she should not date one boy and she should not date him. Don't answer that.
I'm going to...
Do what you want, Emily. You answer that phone.
The middle of a discussion.
No, you're in the middle of ranting, mate.
Hi, Mrs. Gilmore? It's Sookie St. James, Lorelai's friend.
No, Sookie.
Oh, yeah,
She's
you're
gonna
the chef at the end.
Oh no, she's gonna tell her about the engagement.
To ask you a question. I'm planning a surprise wedding shower for Lorelai and Max.
Oh, you stupid dickhead. Sookie's the worst.
But I wanted to make sure that you guys were going to be around before I finalized everything. It's going to be Saturday.
And she's cooking vomit. You know what I said about I was rooting for a Sookie to have an actual good story? Yeah, I'll take that one back. I don't care.
I want you to call Rory tomorrow and apologize.
What?
I want you to call
You better
her
listen
tell
to
her
your
you're
wife,
sorry,
mate.
that you weren't feeling well and you think that Dean is a lovely boy and he's welcome here anytime. He's getting married and she didn't tell us. When Rory decides to get married, I'd like her to tell us.
Yes, Emily.
Call her tomorrow.
Oh, she's such a boss. Oh, mate. No! I'm not putting up with that.
I have a little something for you.
Let me guess. Is it gum? Because you know how much I like gum.
Or his 4-inch penis. It's one or the other, innit?
My.
Well, I could have been right. You didn't even tell me I might have not been on something.
I'm getting married.
No, you're not. You just ain't, because it's going to go... I bet Richard or Emily's going to blow up the altar. They'll set a bomb on it and then it's going to kill Max. That'd be a great little storyline, wouldn't it? Alright guys, there we go. That is episode 1 of Gilmore Girls Season 2. Pretty good episode. Set up some good storylines there. So there was no Milo in this episode, so I'm assuming it's Season 3 he comes into it, or it'll be like halfway through this season. Like I said, I don't even know who he is. I don't know when he comes into it. My prediction, I'm pretty sure it's going to be in Season 2 and 3. And that's it. That's all I know. I know what he looks like in the show, because I saw images ages ago. It's when... Was it when Milo won an Emmy for This Is Us, or got nominated, and then people were tweeting about how they loved him since Gilmore Girls and stuff. So yeah, but that's all I know, which is good. As for this episode though, pretty good. Again, I don't care for the Max stuff. It does feel like a continuation of Season 1. They said here it's just been a couple of days later, so not that much further. And yeah, so it just feels like more of the same. Like Max, I don't care for. Dean was actually okay this episode. I will admit that. I don't love him and Rory, but he was okay this episode. I don't think he deserved any of that shit that Richard was giving him. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for and I'm fine with the protective father figure. I don't mind that. That's fine. But when it's overdone and you just kind of cross that border into being an absolute knob, then I can't back it. So Richard did not have me this episode, and I love that Emily was calling him out. Emily continues to stay on top based on this episode. Sookie continues to stay on bottom based on this episode. I'm just going to... Would you not have asked, have you told your parents yet? Knowing full well that Lorelai isn't super close to her parents. You know that, and you thought, I'm just going to blag this out to her. Oh my god. Yeah, classic Sookie move on that one. So she wasn't great. Who else do we have? Luke was pretty good. I like how he handled the news of finding out Max had proposed. Yeah, it was a good episode. Nothing exceptional. I think the best scene was by far when they went to Emily's house again. Those dinners they have always are the best scenes of every episode they're in, I feel, for the most part. And again, no different here. But we're not backing Richard. At least I'm not. I don't know if you guys agree or not. But I just can't with Richard on that one, unfortunately. I still love Richard, but he's had 2 scenes like that now where he has to be stuck in his old ways. No daughter of mine will be bloody dating a bloody man like bloody you, bloody hell. It's like, what are you bloody on about? It's a joke, right? So Richard, his old ways hold him back, but Emily continues to stay on top. When she stormed in there like, oh, you are apologising to Rory, shut up and do it. I'm not bloody. It's like, well, yeah, Emily's got you in her clutches, mate. You best do exactly what she says. Imagine losing Emily. What amateur. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Rating, I'll go a 7.2 out of 10. It was a good episode. Good start into the season. And no Tristan, no Paris, none of those characters, but I guess they're not ready at school at the moment. They're on summer. Also, that shot of Lane next to the huge suitcase, they must have like searched or found, or maybe even built the most ridiculously big suitcase they could ever conjure up. I love it. They went for it. So that's just so insane. That was bigger than her bed. That suitcase was... I've never seen a suitcase that big in my entire life. It reminds me of that scene in One Tree Hill where Dan gets his gravestone ready for when he dies or whatever, and it's just the most ridiculously big gravestone you've ever seen in your life, in classic Dan fashion. But yeah, I'll see you next time for episode 2. Until then, take care. Peace.